welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome again to the National Real Estate Cafe and the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. That's right, we mentioned the National Real Estate Cafe because we don't mention a lot on our show. But we do a daily video blog giving you updates of what's really happening in the economy on a regular basis. You can find out more going to donandgino.com. So today, we have a great segment, one of our favorites. We're talking about college planning. Everybody needs to know about college planning if you have kids or grandkids. And we got the man, the myth, the legend with us today.
We do. We have Rob Schwartz, who's joined us now a number of times, one of our favorite guests. In fact, I was kind of having withdrawals. It feels like it's been a while. I was thinking about it when you were coming in today, and I said, gosh, I feel like we haven't. Maybe it was off-season? Was it off-season for college planning?
There's really no off-season anymore, guys.
No?
I mean,
no doubt.
In my world, there used to be, and I can tell you, here we are in May, and I'm slammed.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
All right. Well, that's good news. That means that means people are actually planning.
Many people
are actually taking some
are.
steps.
The fear has set in.
The fear has set in.
Is it that, or is that a reflection of our economy where people are actually going ahead and they're able to send their kids to college again? They're looking at better schools, or is school just so damn expensive that they've got to do something?
We're here in California, and the reality is it's pricey. You're looking at Cal State schools, even they are now pricey. You're looking at an average cost of attendance, so 1 year all in before financial aid of about $27,000.
With or without housing?
That's with housing.
Okay.
1 year. Now, average graduate in the Cal State system is taking 5. Do the math.
Yeah, I mean, because it's so hard to get classes these days, for one.
Right.
And
because pot's legal.
We're not talking about Humboldt State. We had to go there.
That set them back at least a year.
Yeah, you just lost a star.
It's okay, I had a pile of them.
Yeah, that's true.
When we talk about the University of California, which we're going to hear a lot about, sadly, today, you're looking at $37,000 for 1 year. Now, they are quite good at getting students out in 4 years. Typically, the average is about 4.25. Then we look at private schools, and they go anywhere from, say, $40,000 to $75,000 for 1 year.
Wow. Crazy.
Now, another one of those great things which we can dive into is be very careful about shopping based on that cost of attendance. That's one of the biggest mistakes our families, both here in Santa Clarita and all throughout California, it is one of the great mistakes families make. Don't make that mistake. Make sure you are actually doing your due diligence. You're talking to financial professionals like these guys, like my business partner, people who can tell you, look, the reality is your financial situation might actually yield a lot more money than what you might think based on the sticker price.
So you mentioned sticker price, and that actually brings up a good question: are these prices negotiable? Right? Because I don't know that they're set in stone. I think there might be some wiggle room in some of these prices at some of the schools.
Well, at some of the schools.
Before you answer, Rob, we failed to let everybody go, why should we listen to this guy? What if we've never been on your... You've been on our show 24 times at least, and we've been on the air now at KHTS for over 7 years now.
So what you mean is for all our new FM listeners.
Yeah, FM and AM listeners, but still, everybody might be going, hey, it's Saturday, I'm catching the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Why are we listening to this guy? Just so you know, we have Robert Schwartz with Premier College Guide. He's our premier, college planner for the last 7 years.
Yeah, and we've had a number of great shows and a wealth of information. So go to donandgino.com, go to the YouTube channel, and just look up Rob Schwartz, and you'll find pretty much every year something of value, every couple of months something of value that may pertain to you and your family.
And then you even have a journal that they can go to that we're going to talk about your next article that you've written on it. And you get a preview today on our radio show what's going to be in Rob's article. What's the name of your article?
Well, the article itself is predicting the near future of UC admission. But if you said you wanted this journal, it's completely free. All you have to do is ask. It's called the College Knowledge Quarterly. And all you have to do is reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, you can reach out to Don and Gino for it. It's free. I want to give it to you.
Okay, how do they get a hold of you then?
Call or text 818-359-3779 or email me, Rob, R-O-B, at premiercollegeguide.com.
It's that easy. And you get the College Knowledge Guide or Journal.
College Knowledge Quarterly. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I wrote down a
You're
journal
halfway to
because
losing a
I knew
star,
it was a-
Don.
I knew it was a journal.
I think the folks who are tuning in today, though, are going to get an idea of the quality of the material and the seriousness of the material that we cover every 3 months. We make sure we work very, very hard to keep our families informed. We're talking about 1,500 families statewide, and over 225 counselors statewide receive this journal every 3 months.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to talk about where we're at right now. We kind of teed it up a little bit earlier about, we're going to go over where we stand right now with admission to UC schools. You talked about the cost and also the future, what it looks like, and it's a little bleak.
I'm afraid it is. Not to say it isn't bleak now. It is.
Yeah, the
It's
ones that are
stark.
sending their kids now going, and now isn't?
Yeah, they're right. It's bad now, and my prediction, according to the data that I have poured over, is it will continue to sour. Not a lot, but it will, and I'll explain why. But before I do, as Don pointed out, I want to at least give you so what's the baseline? What happened
That's a good point.
last year? Well, if it's going to get worse, what is it today, or what was it a year ago? So I want to kind of dive in and at least give some numbers to give some
Like base
some scope.
parameters so we know where we stand.
Yeah.
And that way when we say where we're going, we can kind of see how that affects us.
For sure. Let's check our blood pressure today, and then let's see where it's at a little further down the road when a doctor
Got a
starts
feeling
giving us
it's
some
gonna be
meds.
up, yep.
So it would be great if I just gave you some UC schools, but I want to give you some others that are going to be sort of brand names. They're going to be well-known commodities, but they're all going to have one thing in common. They're all here in California. So let's start with one of my favorite schools in the state, is Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, considered one of the best tech engineering schools, certainly in the state of California, one of the best in the nation as well. Just last year, they were admitting about 34.5% of the students who applied. But so many of our students who want to go to Cal Poly want to major in engineering. That number is in the low 20s. Much more competitive, much higher average incoming GPAs and test scores. But on average, if we just said all the students at Cal Poly, average students a 395, their ACT score somewhere in the 28 to 29 range. To give you a scope, ACT is scored out of a total of 36. The national average is 21. So
Wow.
when you start to hear these numbers in the high 20s and in the 30s, you understand you're talking about the top 5 to 8% of the United States.
Ooh.
Okay?
So give us some more data, because I'm formulating
I'll give you
a
more
macro.
data.
I have
There's a really good bar I like in Slow called a Sidecar. That's amazing. I love
Students
that
are
place.
tuning in right now.
Yes. It's a great
But
place.
tell me more, because I've now got a theory I'm formulating here. Keep going.
Okay, so Caltech, if you don't know where Caltech is, that's associated with NASA JPL in La Cañada, one of the premier engineering schools in the world. You're looking at an admission percentage around 7.5%. Their ACT range, their middle 50% of admitted students scored between a 34 and a 35.
Whoa.
Yeah,
They smart.
Near
Those
perfect.
guys are wicked smart.
they are wicked smart. That's for sure. Let's bring it back in the other direction. Great school, about 10 minutes outside of Disneyland in the city of Orange, Chapman University. Terrific school. They're admitting over 55% of the students who apply. Great school, great education, slightly religious based. I mean, they are their philosophy is Christian in nature, but it's not you will go to church or else. So there's options here. Average student there is a 3.7, and their ACT range 25 to 30. So you're still looking at a very strong academic school.
Not a cheap school, though, if I remember right.
No. What happens? We're looking at a private school.
Right.
Okay. Well, there's lots of private schools, and obviously there's lots of private schools all over the world. But if we're just talking about California, where so many of our kids want to be, the prices are quite high. But you have to look at that school's ability to dig into their pocket and help your family. So I worked with a family this year, and I'll be brief on this.
Actually, I'm going to tease that
Oh.
because we have to go to break.
So sorry.
And what I love about that, and you want to pay attention to this because, again, you may be wanting to send your child or your grandchild to a fabulous school or the best school for them. We'll talk more about that because you're really good about that, Rob. But there may be certain schools that can assist you more than others. And that's a big, like you said, if you look at the sticker price, you might go, well, maybe there's some rebates to help me buy this beautiful car. So when we come back with Rob Schwartz, a Premier College Guide on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, we're going to dive in more about some of the idiosyncrasies about getting into UC schools right here in California and great options. Rob always has options for your children that you did not know about. I love hearing about them. We'll be right back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away.